Come on in, get the latest news. It looks like things are officially over between Gotti and Angela Simmons. And the story isn't pretty. Rumor has it Gotti didn't just end their relationship. He was unfaithful before calling it quits, leaving Angela feeling completely disrespected and hurt. Now Angela is opening up about what really went down. And the picture she's painting is intense. She's putting forward a serious accusation, claiming that Gotti didn't just break her heart. He manipulated her emotionally. Did he really twist her sense of reality and make her question her own feelings, just as she's saying? If her claims are true, this goes way beyond a typical breakup. It's a deeply painful betrayal of trust. Alright, pull up a chair and let's talk, because if you've been paying even a little attention to the celebrity world lately, you might be wondering what on earth is going on. Seriously, it feels like half of Hollywood is splitting up this year. Is there something in the water? Are the stars misaligned? Or maybe, just maybe, nobody wants to buy holiday presents for their soon-to-be ex? I'm joking, but only a little. The list of breakups and divorces in 2023 is getting so long you could probably use it as a runway. And the latest couple to join this not-so-exclusive club? None other than Angela Simmons and Gotti. That's right, the very same pair who had everyone believing in a modern-day love story after a dramatic, years-long pursuit. Their split has left fans absolutely stunned, scratching their heads, and diving deep into the why. While neither Angela nor Gotti has made a formal statement to the press, multiple sources are confirming that their romance has, indeed, reached a dead end. Now here's where the real story begins. The rumor mill is churning out some particularly spicy details. According to the chatter, it was Gotti who decided to end the relationship. But that's not even the headline. The real kicker is the allegation that he wasn't faithful before he called it quits, and that he has reportedly rekindled things with an ex. Let that sink in for a moment. The man who spent a staggering 7 years trying to win Angela over, just to get a single date, is now at the center of a cheating scandal. The irony is so thick you could cut it with a knife. To truly understand the weight of this situation, we have to rewind all the way back to the beginning. Gotti's public admiration for Angela isn't a new development, it's a saga in itself. He made his crush incredibly clear back in 2015 with the release of his hit song, where he famously rapped, "I just followed Angela Simmons, boy, I got a crush on Angela Simmons." It was a bold, public declaration that set the internet ablaze. Fans were thrilled, eagerly awaiting a response from Angela, and hoping this would blossom into a real-life fairy tale. But Angela played it cool. She remained low-key and didn't immediately acknowledge the song, which only fueled more speculation. Were they secretly talking? Was there something more? Eventually, she set the record straight, stating that while she was flattered by the attention, there was no romantic connection between them. Still, fans had their suspicions, especially when it was revealed that the two were having private conversations. She even invited him to the launch party for her brand, FYU, and they were photographed together. This, of course, sent the rumor mill into overdrive. Yet Angela swiftly shut it down again. In interviews, she made it crystal clear that his presence at her event was just a friendly gesture. "Yeah, he came to my event. He's a nice guy and I'm flattered by everything, but we're not together," she stated. A few weeks later, Gotti himself confirmed that despite his efforts, which included sending flowers and gifts, Angela just wasn't interested. The public sentiment at the time leaned toward feeling sorry for him. He seemed genuinely smitten. However, there was always another layer to Gotti's story. In an interview, he revealed that he had spent a massive $100,000 on one of his children's mothers for Valentine's Day. He never explicitly confirmed they were together, but a gift of that magnitude certainly raised eyebrows. It led many to wonder if his ongoing involvement with this woman was the very reason Angela kept him at a distance. That theory began to make a lot of sense to onlookers. Just when everyone thought they had the situation figured out, Angela dropped a bombshell of her own. She announced she was engaged and expecting her first child. The public was completely caught off guard, as nobody even knew she was in a serious relationship. You can only imagine how this news landed with Gotti. He was openly upset, addressing his feelings in his music with lyrics that expressed his frustration and disappointment. The plot thickened as fans began to dig into the background of Angela's then-fiancé, uncovering a history of legal issues and time served. Despite the red flags, Angela stood by him fiercely, defending his character and insisting he was a changed man. There were even whispers of infidelity on his part, but Angela remained loyal. By 2017, however, that relationship had ended. You'd think this would have been Gotti's moment to finally step in, right? After all, he had been pursuing her for over 5 years at this point. But life is never that straightforward. Angela continued to keep her distance, being linked to other high-profile figures like basketball player Serge Ibaka and, later, boxer Daniel Jacobs. It seemed her type was anyone but Gotti. Many began to wonder if he would ever just take the hint and move on. And for a moment it looked like he finally had. He began dating a woman named Yaya Sandel, who confidently declared on social media that Gotti's crush on Angela was a thing of the past. But that relationship fizzled out within weeks of the new year. Interestingly, around the same time Angela and Daniel Jacobs also parted ways. Then, in what felt like a sudden turn of events, after nearly 7 years of pursuit, Angela finally gave Gotti a chance. Their relationship seemed to move at lightning speed. They shared romantic getaways, cozy couple photos, and ringing in the new year together. Angela even spoke openly about being in a great relationship and referred to Gotti as one of her biggest inspirations. She gushed about how he motivated her and how happy she was. To the outside world, it looked like Gotti's long-held dream had finally come true, which is why the recent news of their split, and the accompanying rumors of infidelity, has landed with such a heavy thud. Gossip outlets are reporting that Gotti was spotted with another woman, referred to as his nurse boo, at a Las Vegas hotel just last week. Even more shocking are the whispers that this might be the same woman he was involved with during his initial pursuit of Angela. It suggests a pattern, a side involvement that may have never fully ended, even after he finally won Angela's heart. The court of public opinion is now in session, and fans are sharing their thoughts far and wide. Some believe that for Gotti, the chase was more exciting than the catch, that once he had finally secured a relationship with Angela, the fantasy faded. Others point to a pattern of love bombing and narcissistic behavior, warning that such intense pursuits can often mask deeper issues. Many are simply sending their support to Angela, confident that she will heal, level up, and eventually find a love that is genuine and respectful. So, where does this leave us? This isn't just another celebrity breakup. It's a complicated story of long-held desire, public pursuit, and private pain. It makes you wonder about the nature of obsession, and what happens when a fantasy becomes reality. Was this entire saga a genuine, if flawed, love story? Or was it, as some fans suspect, an elaborate game to ultimately embarrass the woman who once turned him down? The truth is, we may never know the full story that played out behind closed doors. But one thing is clear. Angela Simmons is a strong, accomplished woman with a bright future ahead of her. This chapter, as painful as it might be, is just that, a chapter. And sometimes, the end of one story is what makes room for a much better one to begin.